Hi everyone, Libby here at Touch of Happiness Massage. If you are a massage therapist, a body worker, or someone who already works with sexuality or somatic coaching, you've probably noticed something. There's a strange gap in the professional landscape when it comes to touch and sexuality. On one side, you have the medical world, pelvic physiotherapists, urologists, gynecologists, where touch is clinical, intentionally desexualized, and generally doesn't offer support around emotions or pleasure. On the other side, you've got the sex industry, escorts, prostitution, happy ending massages, where touch is offered primarily as a form of entertainment and is lacking in recognized standards or accreditation. But between those two worlds, there's a huge space that isn't really acknowledged or understood very well. A space where touch can be sensual, intimate, erotic, but where the purpose is not entertainment and it's not medical treatment either. It's about embodiment. It's about nervous system regulation. It's about helping people reconnect with their bodies, their pleasure, their boundaries, and their confidence. That's the space that Intimate Bodywork sits in. And right now, it's a field that is limited in terms of a clear professional pathway. One of the things I've observed over the years is that practitioners arrive in this work from all sorts of different directions. Some come from massage or bodywork backgrounds. Some land here after attending tantra workshops or through involvement with conscious sexuality communities. And some come from therapeutic professions, coaching or personal experience. Many of them are sincere people who genuinely want to help others and contribute to changing the societal narrative around bodies, pleasure, and sex. But the problem is that there's very little shared structure in the field. There aren't widely recognized standards that allow potential clients to feel confident when reaching out. There isn't a clear ethical framework that everyone is working within. And there isn't a consistent training pathway that prepares practitioners for the very specific challenges that come with working in this area. Another issue is something I call shadow motivations. Sexuality is one of the most powerful and psychologically complex parts of being human. When people choose to work in this field, they're not only bringing their skills and compassion, they're also bringing their own history, their own desires, insecurities and patterns, and that's completely normal. But without some awareness of those dynamics, practitioners can unconsciously start using the work to meet their own needs. That might be approval and validation. It might be the excitement of doing something a little unusual as a career. It might be a way to access intimacy or erotic charge that's otherwise lacking in their life. And if those things aren't recognized, they can easily start shaping the way that someone works with clients in a negative and, in the worst case scenario, harmful way. This isn't unique to Intimate Bodywork. It happens in therapy, it happens in coaching, healthcare, and many other industries as well, unfortunately. But because sexuality already carries a lot of emotional and erotic charge, the risks are amplified, which is why self-awareness and ethical clarity are so important in this field. Another principle that I believe is absolutely essential as a foundation is one-way touch. In an intimate bodywork session, touch flows from practitioner to client only. The client does not touch the practitioner. This is often different to other tantric or sensual massage trainings. And this structure is incredibly important. It allows the client to fully focus on their own sensations and experience without needing to perform, reciprocate, or worry about the practitioner's pleasure. It also preserves clear professional roles. The practitioner is holding the space, guiding the experience, and maintaining the structure of the session. The client is there to receive, explore, and communicate their experience. Without that clarity, sessions can very easily drift into mutual erotic exchange, which fundamentally changes the nature of the work. So one-way touch helps maintain the integrity of the session and protects both practitioner and client. All of these observations, after more than a decade as a practitioner, are really what led me to create a professional training program in intimate bodywork. I wanted to offer something that brings structure and professionalism to a field that often operates in a very informal way. This training isn't just about learning techniques, although it is a very hands-on, practical format. It's about understanding the ethical framework that holds this work safely. It's about boundaries, consent, and power dynamics. It's about recognizing shadow motivations and developing the self-awareness needed to work responsibly. And it's about helping practitioners develop a clear professional identity in a field that can otherwise be quite ambiguous and open to criticism. The 9-month training includes online learning, in-person practical training, and a portfolio of case studies, reflection and assessment. The goal is not simply to teach people how to perform a certain kind of touch. It's not a rinse and repeat routine. The goal is to develop practitioners who are competent and specialised in intimate touch, who can hold this work with integrity, maturity, and professionalism. People who can offer something genuinely valuable to clients while maintaining strong ethical standards. Now, this training definitely isn't for everyone. Working professionally with intimate touch requires emotional maturity, strong boundaries, and a willingness to examine your own motivations, not to mention a decent level of physical fitness, empathy, and healthy amounts of common sense. The people who tend to thrive in this work are usually those who already have some experience in bodywork, therapy maybe, or coaching or somatic practices. People who are curious about sexuality and embodiment, but who also value professionalism and accountability. The training is not designed for people who are primarily seeking a space for personal exploration, erotic experiences, or tantra-style workshops. This is a practitioner training with professional expectations and outcomes. Intimate bodywork sits in a space that society has historically struggled to define, but more and more people are looking for ways to reconnect with their bodies, their pleasure, and their sense of aliveness. Many clients benefit from intimate bodywork sessions because they have limited access to touch in their lives. They're struggling with sexual disconnection. They want to overcome body insecurities and shame. They need a well-held space to work through physical or emotional numbness. They want to move past patterns of performance pressure. They want to address their lack of embodied awareness, or simply because they enjoy full body massage that gives permission for relaxed pleasure as part of a healthy and integrated self-care routine. When this work is done responsibly, it can be incredibly powerful. My hope with this training program is to help establish higher standards and a clearer professional pathway for practitioners who feel genuinely called to the field. Because I've seen over the past decade that thousands of clients are interested and deserve to be held with care, integrity and professionalism. If you'd like to learn more about the training, you can find the details in the description box below. Applications for 2027 are now open, and I look forward to hearing from you.